Well, we're riding train 2514 from Philadelphia to Doylestown. Seems like I always do this line. But at least this time I got the desired seat. We're heading up the old Reading Company tracks.
Station. Watch for Jack when exiting. Have your cue cards or passes ready to tap at the turnstiles to exit the station.
To say this is my favorite SEPTA line is an understatement. I've done it several times already. But I've been roaming around all day trying to get the right kind of train at the right interval. Finally I caught this train with an available second row.
Doylestown Temple University.
Couldn't resist getting it, plus the sun angle is better this way. Temple University, the site of Philadelphia's probably one of their largest universities.
Doylestown!
Well, the conductor is definitely letting you know where this train is headed.
If you just got on the train to Temple, I will be back for your tickets and passes. North Broad is next. Hello. Yo. Thank you. Hello.
Next stop, North Broad. This is a wheelchair accessible station.
North Broad, this stop, North Broad. Just waiting on the machine. There we go. Thank you. How you doing?
All right, how are you?
Good. I recognize that voice.
Oh, you do?
Yes, sir.
The roaming SEPTA RFW guy.
Yes, sir. Pleasure to have you aboard.
Oh, thank you. Pleasure to be here. My reputation precedes me. Hopefully he's the conductor on the way back. This is North Broad. It's just a tiny station today. Years ago it used to be a much larger station with a big depot building. The two long platforms served all trains, including the Reading RDCs to Newark, New Jersey, Reading, Pottsville, and Bethlehem.
Junction is next. It's like trying to get sausages.
Okay, we're approaching 16th Street Interlocking with an Norristown line divergence off to the left. Got a clear. And right here we go under Amtrak's Northeast Corridor.
Next stop, Wayne Junction. This is a wheelchair accessible station.
There goes the Norristown line where the trains to Reading and Pottsville used to run. This bridge overhead is the Chestnut Hill West branch, the old Penzie Chestnut Hill branch. Silverliner 4 is coming in. He's headed for Trenton. We've got an approach medium on this signal, if that's what it means. Okay, we got an approach. And we're approaching Wayne Junction. Yard and shops in the station. We got a stop signal up ahead. Absolute signal. Okay, we have a medium clear. And we crossing over. This overhead road is Roosevelt Boulevard, US Highway 1.
This stop, Wayne Junction.
It's one of the most dangerous roads to drive on, I'm told.
Wayne Junction, Wayne Junction.
Ladies and gentlemen, now arriving at Wayne Junction to stop. This is your local train to Doylestown.
Doylestown.
I guess that double green means clear, to say the least. On the Long Island Railroad, when you have signals like that, green over green is a manual block clear.
Ladies and gentlemen, next stop will be Fern Rock Transportation Center. Fern Rock will be next. Next stop, Fern Rock. Fern Rock.
See some sector blue work engines up ahead. It's Wayne Junction Yard and shops over there on the left.
Next stop, Fern Rock Transportation Center. This is a wheelchair accessible station.
Okay, on the right you see a single track there. That single track is a very important line. That's the CSX main line up the East Coast. It and part of the SEPTA route, the Fox Chase line, will diverge up here at Newtown Junction. You'll note the flashing green signal. That means proceed according to cab signal indication. There's the CSX line coming closer to it, but it and the Fox Chase line will break off here to the right as we thump over these switches. That Fox Chase line was the old Newtown branch up until 81. They ran RDC trains up to Newtown. Then they revived it again. They ended it in 81. They revived it under the City Transit Division to operate as a transit service, which proved to be extremely unpopular. The CSX track is the old New York short line. Heads up to Neshaminy, Langhorne,
Watch the gap when exiting.
West Trenton, on up towards New Jersey and New York area. Here's Fern Rock Transportation Center. This was built as part of the Railworks project to allow access to the Broad Street subway. There used to be an older Fern Rock station further to the north, but that was abolished when this was built. You can get off here and get on the subway. This is the only open subway stop on the Broad Street subway. It's all underground after this.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your local train to Doylestown, making all local stops. Next stop will be Jenkintown Window. Jenkintown Window will be next.
This guy must have been a DJ.
Next stop, Jenkintown, Windcote.
Very nice day down here today. It's about 52 degrees. Not bad for mid-January. We're entering an area where there supposedly had been trains stopped by avalanches. Oh, a bird just bought it. This is Melrose Park Station. We're not stopping. Okay, coming up is Elkins Park Station. Again, we're not stopping. You'll note the stone architecture on the building on the left. I've done this ride 3 times, including this one. The first on a cloudy day in 2020. The second one on a nice fall day, October of 2021. No, actually November 2021. Nice color on the leaves, but I wasn't in the desired seat. This time I have nice sunny weather and I'm sitting in the desired seat. I was actually planning on riding on the former Pennsy lines, maybe out to Wilmington or out to Thorndale, but I didn't know what kind of equipment those trains were going to have. And I knew this Doylestown train was going to have Silverliner 5s. So I thought I'd check it out. When I saw it come in with the seat open, I jumped at the chance.
Gentlemen, now arriving at Jenkintown window. If you are exiting the train at this time, please make sure you have only your personal items, as well as your tickets or key cards to tap out the readers located on the platforms. Once again, now arriving at Jenkintown window.
Milepost 10.5. Not sure if that's measured from Old Reading Terminal or what.
This stop, Jenkintown, Wooden Cove. Watch your step when exiting.
Approaching Jenkintown Wyncote. Jenkintown is on the right, Wyncote is on the left. Years ago it was just simply called Jenkintown, but people in Wyncote felt left out.
This stop Jenkintown, Jenkintown.
Yeah, the official name now is Jenkintown Wyncote. Here we have a cab clear. Track going on the right is the West Trenton branch. Right near here on the West Trenton branch is was the old Bud plant at Red Lion. Years ago you used to see a lot of Bud equipment sitting there waiting to be put into service alongside these tracks.
Next stop will be Glenside. Glenside will be next.
All right, now we're continuing down the old Bethlehem branch. Today it's simply called the main line of SEPTA. We're approaching our first railroad crossing here.
Next stop, Glenside.
Got another one immediately afterwards. Those K3LA horns. One of many things I love about this equipment. Say nothing about what you're looking at right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, now arriving Glenside. Glenside this time. Glenside.
if that's the way he always announces or he just knows he's on camera. Okay, this is Glenside. It's a terminus for some trains. And there's always a push-pull set up here, I notice, on weekdays, and sure enough.
Coming next out, North Hills. North Hills next.
There it is, those beautiful looking SEPTA ACS 64s. This interlocking is CP Carmel. This is where the Warminster line breaks off, otherwise known as the old New Hope branch. These patented Reading Company catenary poles. This is pretty much SEPTA's bread and butter line on the old Reading side.
Watch your step when exiting.
Ladies and gentlemen, this time, North Hills, North Hills.
I got there, they were bucking.
Yeah. It's a shame. I mean, really, it's any time where
Oh, yeah.
something.
Wait, stop, that's my own car. See ya.
North Hills.
No stairs there.
Ladies and gentlemen, next stop is Orland. Orland next.
Orland next.
Yeah, I brought my selfie stick with me to see how I could do these rides with the stick laying across a couple of seats. Since more often than not I have to sit in the third row, but it wasn't necessary on this trip.
Stop, Orland.
Ladies and gentlemen, this time Orland. Orland.
Orland.
That conductor's gonna love watching this YouTube video.
Watch your step when exiting.
Seems like I picked the right train to ride on.
stop Port Washington. Port Washington.
Ladies and gentlemen, next time moving Port Washington. Port Washington will be next.
Next stop, Port Washington. This is a wheelchair accessible station.
Well, if you're riding this train and you don't know where you are, you're probably deaf. We're going under the old Pennsylvania Railroad Trenton cutoff, and that road up there is the Pennsylvania Turnpike. Coming in at Fort Washington, not Port Washington, but Fort Washington.
Ladies and gentlemen, now arriving at Port Washington. Port Washington is stop. Watch your gap when exiting the train. Port Washington.
Port Washington.
Years ago, a Pennsylvania Railroad branch went up to Fort Washington. Branched off the Chestnut Hill branch. It's going way back though.
Ladies and gentlemen, next stop will be Ambler. Ambler will be next.
Next stop, Ambler. This is a wheelchair accessible station.
And you'll start to see more frequent railroad crossings the further north we get. Get to hear this beautiful horn. Dead deer carcasses on this railroad so far.
Ladies and gentlemen, now arriving at Ambler. Ambler is stop.
Ambler.
I feel there's no need to announce the stations personally. Here comes a set of GEs.
Ambler.
This train has 5 cars. Itself, a line of 4s were delivered in married pairs and single cars.
Ladies and gentlemen, next stop, Penland.
This set next to me is a twin unit. Taking it easy and blasting that horn to make sure somebody doesn't walk around that other train. Yeah, that train had 2 married pairs, and the middle car, the 3rd car, was the single car.
Next stop, Penland.
Milepost 18. I know Doylestown is around milepost 34 and change. Entering a nice straight nice tangent track. Straight as far as the eye can see.
Penland.
This is Penland.
Ladies and gentlemen, stop Penland.
First of a few stations that give hints of Welsh ancestry.
Ladies and gentlemen, next stop will be Glennon Valley. Glennon Valley will be next.
Glennon Valley next.
Milepost 19.
Next stop, Inlet Valley.
Unfortunately, I don't know these interlockings. There's no placard on them. Nice depot. That's an Italian restaurant of sorts. This is Gwynedd Valley. That's another Welsh name.
North Wales next. North Wales.
That's another name of a hint of Welsh ancestry, North Wales. Before we get there, we're going to pass under a huge cut, pass through a cut. I used to think it was North Wales Cut, but it's actually called Gwynedd Cut.
Ladies and gentlemen, next stop will be North Wales. North Wales will be next.
Bridge 20.25. Kind of an old stone structure on the right that might have been around since Revolutionary War days. Now here comes the cut right here. It's kind of long. Wonder what it's like to stand on top of that overpass if you can. It looks like you can, but there's fences up there. I've heard recordings of Reading T1s going through here, and it sounded like a jet bomber flying through. Yeah, this is a slide protection fence. Sure they get some from time to time. You're coming into North Wales, we've got a bunch of railroad crossings. Alright, let's hear that horn. Got about 4 crossings here.
This stop, North Rail. Watch the gap when exiting.
Ladies and gentlemen, now arriving at North Wales. North Wales is the stop.
North Wales!
North Wales. People get a nice horn symphony in this town.
Pembroke next. Pembroke!
I'll tell you, 1,000 Silverliner 4 RS2M horns can't equal one of these.
Next stop, Pembroke. This is a wheelchair accessible station.
Last week my mother was in the hospital with pneumonia, and she was congested and blowing her nose like crazy, and when she was blowing her nose, it sounded better than those horns. The Silverliner 4s. Happily, my mother had a mild case and she was released within 4 days. She's home rearranging furniture. She's 95 years old. Coming up to Pembroke.
This stop, Pembroke. Exiting.
Pembroke.
Oh yeah, the lighting is perfect on this run. Our next station is an important stop, Lansdale. It's where we enter the Doylestown branch. Tracks used to go straight ahead to Bethlehem in Reading Company days. And now that area is switched by CSX and Pennsylvania Northeastern. I miss those RDC services up to Reading, Pottsville, and Bethlehem. Very scenic routes.
Lansdale.
Well, they're trying to make a comeback with Reading.
Lansdale. Only this door right here will open. Once again, if you're exiting Lansdale, only that door.
Ladies and gentlemen, next stop will be Lansdale. Lansdale will be next.
Next stop, Lansdale. This is a wheelchair accessible station.
On the left, you'll see a track coming in. That's the CSX Stony Creek branch that comes up from Norristown. Dead ahead on the Bethlehem branch, but we'll be veering off before then. I see some CSX and Pennsylvania Northeastern power. Looks like the Pennsy Northeastern on the right is a former Canadian National GP40-2LW. That's sort of a Rio Grande Railroad type paint scheme. Yeah, that track on the left coming in, that's the Stony Creek branch. Okay, you're going off to the right. Entering the Doylestown branch. Okay, our engineer's an Eagles fan. He's got his Eagles hat on. We're hoping for the best against the Giants.
Next stop, 9th Street, Lansdale. This is a wheelchair accessible station.
Lansdale. 9th Street.
Street, Lansdale. Watch the gap when exiting.
Ninth Street, Lansdale. This is a fairly new station. This is a single track branch the rest of the way, but there is a passing siding beyond Link Belt, and we should be meeting somebody there.
9th Street.
Sounds like he's selling fish.
Next stop, Fortuna.
On the right is the only freight customer on the branch. Ooh. Switched by the Pennsylvania Northeastern.
This stop, Fortuna. Watch the gap when exiting.
Reminds me of Laurel and Hardy selling fish. Codfish, mackerel, swordfish, and tuna.
Ladies and gentlemen, next stop, Colmar. Colmar next.
Eagles are having a big game on Sunday. They're playing in the playoffs. First playoff game against the New York Giants. But they're playing in Philly where the Giants have never won. That old adage, there's always a first time. I hope that doesn't apply here. I'm here with my Eagles jacket and Eagles hat on today.
exiting.
See the sign on the pole, DIB, that's delay and block.
Wait belt, Lex, wait belt.
Generally, a delay and block means that the engineer starts up from the station and takes it easy until he can clearly see the next signal.
Next stop, Lansdale. Please illegal
Yeah, I heard
chairs
3
at
buzzers
the
there.
station.
I know from whistle signals, 3 blasts on a whistle. If you're standing, you back up, and if you're running, you stop at the next station. Well, he's got a proceed cab signal here.
Wait belt.
I'm pretty sure he meets somebody.
Next stop, Lansdale.
Well, if he goes into the siding, then we know.
Ladies and gentlemen, next stop will be Shell 5. Shell 5 will be next. Before we reach Shell 5, we will be waiting for an inbound train. Once that train passes us, we'll make all local stops to Doylestown. Once again, we'll wait for an inbound train before we reach Shell 5. Once that train passes us, we'll make all local stops to Doylestown.
Okay, here we go over into the siding. Yeah, we'll have a little bit of a wait for him. See another carcass on the main track with some, well, they look like crows, but sometimes I've seen vultures.
We'll be here for about 5 minutes waiting for the inbound.
Yeah, I figured as much. Is this the way you normally announce stops, or you
Yes.
just?
Yeah. This is the normal.
Yeah.
This is normal for me.
Oh, I don't have to announce the stations on my narrative.
Okay.
Are you the conductor Paul of something? You know who conductor Paul is?
I do not know who Conductor Paul is.
Oh, he's
but-
from Metro North. If you watch my channel, very informative with his narratives.
Yeah, I'm just an assistant conductor. I'm still new. Actually, today's my 1-year anniversary here. So.
Oh, congratulations!
Thank you.
Hopefully many more.
Yeah, 36 and a half to go until retirement. So that's how we're looking at it.
Want to be an engineer?
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
without a doubt.
Yeah, I was gonna do the Penzi side today, but when I saw this train come in with this seat open, I jumped at it.
Hey,
A lot of times you have this roped off, and that's why I bought this selfie stick.
oh yeah, no,
I don't need it on this.
the engineer prefers to have this roped off here. So I was between Suburban and Jefferson, untangling it.
Yeah.
But you can actually do the Penzi side because after this train goes to Doylestown, it goes straight through back to Wawa.
Oh, well, what time does it leave Doylestown?
311.
Oh, are you working that or are you done?
No, I'm done after this one.
Oh, good for you.
I did my Wawa trip earlier this afternoon.
I did that over the summer.
Yeah,
It's way out in the boondocks.
it is. It's a nice part of Delaware County, but it's not too bad.
Yeah, I mean, now everybody's going to start screaming for Westchester to come back.
Well, let us get back to semi-normal service first.
Yeah, you're about maybe, what, 60, 70%?
75% weekday, 50% weekend.
Oh, yeah, you got a ways to go yet.
Yeah,
But,
slowly but surely.
yeah. So, I'm glad I got on a friendly train today.
Hey, this is me every day. I always be nice to everybody. You know.
Yeah, well, that's the way it should be.
Treat passengers the way I want to be treated. I mean, I used to ride the train when I went to college, and you know, now here I am working for SEPTA, and you know,
Good for you. Where'd you go to college?
Temple.
Oh, good old Temple.
Yeah, did 4 years there. Grabbed my degree in communications and public relations, and you know,
You're putting it to good use on this train, I know.
that's the goal. I
Yeah.
mean, never thought I was going to end up working for the railroad, and you know,
Yeah.
now here I am. So.
Hopefully your talents will be recognized at 1234.
They already have, so I appreciate a lot of my customers actually commend me for being a decent human being, especially, you know,
Goes
during
a
the
long way.
pandemic, you know, when we were wearing masks, you couldn't tell when people were smiling, so.
Yeah. You can only feel if they were smiling.
Yes.
That's it, you know. You look at the cheekbones to see if they're
Yes.
up high.
So I got an update for you. Remember
that?
when you did your Elwyn ride,
Yep.
how the young lady, she was qualifying?
Right. I
She's
remember.
now a promoted conductor. She just
Good.
passed promotion about 3-4 months ago.
Well, if you see her, tell her you ran into me.
Of course I will. I see her almost every day.
What run is she doing?
She's on the extra board.
Oh, yeah, well, that's
Yeah.
anything. Anything goes there.
Yes, I did my 3 months on the board and assistant conductor, and I've worked almost every line. So I've been out of Trenton, West Trenton. Now I'm out of Doylestown. I've worked out of Warminster.
So what are your trips every day? Just
So in the morning, I start out at Doylestown. I work train 5207, which is the local in at 7-Eleven. We get into town like 8:30. 8:55, we're going to Wawa. Come back, get back in about 11. I get 2 hours, and then work this back home, and I'm done for the day.
Ah, okay.
Not too bad, 8-hour day.
A lot of the Long Island Railroad jobs that are out there, some of them are like 13, 12.
Yeah, Long Island has definitely increased service. We're still waiting for that. There are definitely jobs out there that are doing 11, 12, 13 hours. There's also railroad break jobs, which railroad breaks are 4 hours.
Yeah.
So there's definitely some of that. And, you know, it depends on where you go. For me, I live closer to the Doylestown area, so it's nice just to be able to shoot home.
Oh, it's a beautiful town. You live in Doylestown?
No,
or-
I live in Warminster area, so just
Oh,
a
yeah.
straight shot down York Road.
Doylestown, the gates are going down. Okay.
Yep, that's 6521 coming in.
What's the name of the siding?
So, with coming north of Link Belt, that is county.
Uh-huh.
So that's county interlocking, and then that's school interlocking for Schoolhouse Road. So this is county siding here.
Okay, so which is which?
So where the train's coming from, that's school,
Okay. And we just came on a
and
county.
we came on a county because that's County Line Road. So that
Oh.
actually separates Bucks and Montgomery counties.
What are the interlockings on the way up from Jenkintown?
So you have Jenk South, which is south of Jenkintown. Then you have Jenkintown.
Yep.
Then you have Carmel. Then you have Gwinnett, and then Lansdale's obviously Dale. Then you
Yeah.
have Land, County, School, and then when we get up to Doylestown, that siding is actually Long, and then Doyle is the final interlocking before you have the yard.
Oh, okay. Nice old station they have up there.
It's a gorgeous station. They just put a barber shop in it actually.
Huh. Oh, it's a great town. It's a nice college town. That's what it is. It's a great place to go.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely found many nights just wandering around Doylestown. Great, just a great atmosphere.
It is. It really is.
During the summer, their car show is probably one of the biggest in the area.
I want to see those castles. Font Hill
Oh,
Castle.
Font Hill Castle? Yeah, they do great tours. You just
Yeah.
got to get a reservation.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's see if one desk tripped the gates too early.
All right. Gates are down.
Sometimes they pop right back up, which today they didn't.
Oh, they are.
Yeah,
They're
they
going
did.
up.
Usually we're 50-50 on that.
Yeah.
So the reason why that happens is there's a crossing circuit, and because that's the main track to the left of us, If the train doesn't clear County Line Road fast enough, it'll still say that he's active. So the gates will go back up when he's actually not clear of the crossing circuit. So then the dispatcher has to press the button, give us the signal, and the crossing gates will go down.
Sounds like a timing issue.
It is.
Yeah.
We're working on it. Progress.
Yeah, this is a nice branch. It's like, reminds me of the Gladstone branch.
Yes, on Jersey Transit. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I personally like working the Doylestown line just because of the pace of the line. So I'm weird. I like to be busy, within reason.
So the freight business down in Lansdale?
Yes.
Pennsylvania Northeastern does that? They probably do that at night, right?
Yeah, so Pennsylvania Northeastern, they're SEPTA qualified all the way down to Carmel and Jenkintown. So they usually run at night, but there are some daylight runs. And if you saw the CSX power all the way on the far left,
Yep.
that's LO42, who uses the Stony Creek branch.
Yep.
And he'll take the Trenton cutoff over to Woodburn Yard and continue up to wherever he needs to go.
Oh, that's where he goes.
That is also a nighttime job.
Yeah.
They're usually offset the territory for 3:30, 4:30 in the morning.
Oh, boy.
But usually in the morning, during the days, when we're leaving Lansdale around 7:40, you can hear L160 locking up.
Well, one thing I've seen a lot of carcasses.
Yes, this is Bucks County at its finest, based off of the woods, which is great in the spring and the fall. But unfortunately, as it's running season, the deer, quote unquote, deer in the headlights, the train versus deer is not always it's not always a win. I'll leave it at that.
They will lose. They don't.
Yes.
Long Island, we have tons of dead dogs. We have some deer in certain places, but
Yeah, the biggest thing you'll see on SEPTA is deer, fox, raccoons, and possums.
I've seen turkey vultures
Yes.
eating their carcasses.
Yeah, that's usually pretty common.
Yeah.
There's one just north of New Britain that the whole spine is just in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when there was absolutely nothing around here. None of these houses weren't here. Back in the late 80s, my brother and I were walking along the tracks up here. And it was like, we felt like we're a million miles from no place.
Yeah, the townhomes in Lansdale are going. They just finished that. They built the apartment complex right next to Lansdale.
Yeah.
I mean, housing's going up everywhere.
But it still has a certain rural charm to it.
Oh yeah, I mean, especially when you get to Doylestown, when we come through Del Val's campus in the morning, it's great because you can see the sunrise over the west portion of campus.
Oh, really?
This stop, Junction. Watch the gap when exiting.
Well, you heard from our assistant conductor.
New Britain, next, New Britain.
Yeah, what's that conductor's name you were talking about? What's her name?
The one who got promoted.
Yeah.
I always just call it. Everyone calls each other by their first letter. I always call her T.
Oh.
I'm gonna forget her name. I think it's Taylor. She's gonna kill me for that.
I probably wouldn't recognize her because she had a mask on when
Yes.
I saw her. But she was really, I mean, she gave me a nice boost. I appreciated that. I still have a video of her on my phone. So.
Yeah, no. Trust me, when I first started here a year ago, I was watching some of your videos to see how fast the stations actually come up. So, but trust me, we use you to learn. One of the cool things is, I know the last time you were in Doylestown, if I remember correctly, Butler Pike still had that speed restriction on it, which is this crossing here.
It was Is it going up or going back?
Both.
Oh.
So they redid the crossing, and now we can do track speed 50 here.
Oh yeah, I can see the concrete there.
Smoothest railroad crossing right now.
Was it? Oh, long slab there. I love that. I love the horns on these.
Oh, yeah.
Very musical.
If you get a bad one, it can give you a headache. If you get one without protectors, you can go with that. So you know, you take it as you go. I mean, we had a set of G's yesterday that the horn was just went home with a headache. I'll leave it at that.
Well, they're not as bad as the Long Island Railroad's camp car horns. Those are annoying.
Yeah, I have yet to get up to Long Island. Usually, if I go to New York, I just hop on and try to take transit up. So
It's got some nice lines. Montauk is nice. Greenport is nice. Get way out on the island.
but it might have to take a vacation on Long Island sometime.
Hey, you go out to Montauk, nice beaches, nice hotels, town's right there, tons of restaurants. It's beautiful.
I'm going to San Diego this year. Don't tell me to spend more money.
No. San Diego's fine. I'd love to go there myself, actually. They got the perfect weather over there.
Watch
I'm
the
looking
gap
forward to it.
when
I'm going to the end of July.
Have plenty of reason to look forward to it. New Britain.
Bell next, bell. Delaware Valley University next, bell.
Next stop, Delaware Valley University. This is a wheelchair accessible station.
First stop, bell.
This stop, Delaware Valley University. Watch
Delaware
the gap
Valley
when
University
exiting.
used to be called Delaware Valley College Station. It's the last stop before Doylestown, the county seat of Bucks County, and a lovely town, I might add.
Doylestown next and final.
I always like this spot. Nice little horse farm, I guess.
This is a wheelchair accessible station.
bridge is Pennsylvania Route 611, otherwise known as Broad Street in downtown Philly. Or the correct way of saying is Center City, Philadelphia.
Doylestown is the last stop on this train. Watch your step when exiting.
Doylestown, final stop. All right, folks, have a great day. Yeah, I did put the trap on. All right.
Well, here's our conductor. What's your name again?
Noel Rowland, assistant conductor here at SEPTA.
Oh, well, did a hell of a job today.
Thank you, much appreciated.
Yeah, people don't know where we are riding your train. Something's wrong.
You'd be surprised. I mean, you know, I treat everybody the way you want to be treated. Especially, railroads have been getting a bad rap lately. So there are people who still care, and I take pride in what I do.
Oh yeah, I know a lot of guys who care. Really, they makes difference. Makes a difference. Rather than riding on a train and I've ridden trains where the conductor didn't even know the schedule of their own train. So
yeah, I mean, it's more of a craft,
Yeah.
and that's what we're here to do. You're here to be a railroader,
That's it.
Some people are in it for the check, some people are in it because of the benefits. I'm here because I want to be here, and that's how it is. So I come to work every day with the same attitude. And
Good
I like
for
working
you.
here.
Take pride in your work. That's the way to be.
Yes,
That's
sir.
the way
That's how
to
we
be.
do it.
All right. Well, thank you very much for the lovely ride.
Yeah, no
and your
problem. My
commentary.
pleasure.
All right. Thank you. Well, before we go, how do you like running the Silverliner 4s and the Silverliner 5s? What's good and bad about them?
So I used to work an express train, so if I had an express train, give me Silverliner 4s all day long. Just being able to close the traps and move that train faster, it's great. Going home at the end of the day, I want to have 5s for the simple reason of less work I got to do, but it's also more comfortable ride. The suspensions are different in the trains, so it's easier on your knees, and I don't have to bend over or hang outside the elements. So going home, I'd have 5s all day long.
Yeah, well, these, you know, they have their pluses. They take off real good.
Yeah, the propulsion system is really great. 3 miles an hour a second up to 30 miles an hour.
I don't know if you know, I'm not a big Silverliner 4 fan, but these things aren't going to last nearly as long as those.
No, some of the GEs are starting to come up on 50 years.
Yeah.
So if you actually go on SEPTA's website, there's a replacement plan potentially for the Silver 6s. There's a whole bunch of conspiracy theories out there, but until they get onto the property, you know, you never know what's going to happen.
Oh, yeah. Well, I enjoy these while they're still around.
Hey, they'll be around for a little bit longer, but hopefully you can enjoy it.
Not 50 years, I don't think.
No, I don't think so.
Oh. And how about the ACS 64s? How are they doing?
So the ACS 64s are doing well. We've actually increased our overall bomber trains per day. So the West Trenton line, Paoli, Thorndale, and Wilmington, Newark, as well as the Media Wawa line, are currently running ACS 64 Express, including what's called the Baby Flyer. That used to be the Express to Paoli, local to Thorndale. So the bombers are up and running. We haven't really had many issues. Unfortunately, if you were on the Trenton line, I know a lot of people used to look for them going to Trenton. They got replaced by 5, just for the simple reason of ridership.
Yeah. Well, I mean, people tell me that a set of the ACS 64s can substitute for an MU on an off-peak train. They have the same kind of acceleration. What do you think?
They tried it before. Before I hired here, a lot of the older conductors were telling me about how they used to run them all day and make every single local stop, and they can take off, but there's so much weight, especially with the Bombardier coaches, that it wore out the brakes and things would break. So for now, you're going to see just traditional MUs for local service during the day.
Okay. I've lived with it I've been coming down here for half a century. I can live with it some more, I suppose. Give me an MP54 though.
Hey, well, that's definitely way before my time. I think I wasn't even born yet and they were out of service. So.
Oh, well, I like the Bud cars. They were nice.
Yeah, I read the Buds a couple times when I was a kid, but yeah, I'll take the G's and the 5s as I get them. Bombers, you got to catch me on an express train for that one.
Yeah, I hope they bring the Great Valley Express back again.
That would be nice. That would be nice.
30th Street, Paoli, nonstop. All right.
I hope.
All right, thank you, sir.